Hi, my name is Beyonce, you can call me B, and this is episode 1 of Introducing RB. Now, I want to take you along on my journey as I finally launch my skincare business. This has been roughly 5 years in the making, and I am so excited about this next step. But where did it all begin? Okay, so when my niece was 9, we'll call her Poppy, she had an unexpected eczema flare-up. This was around 2020. I was in my second year, I believe, of university, and she was barely getting any sleep, and so it resulted in her mostly sleeping or trying to take naps throughout the day. This impacted her gymnastics and her schoolwork. Oftentimes she would wake up late at night itching and scratching. It got to the point that it was just red and raw, and I knew my sister didn't want to rely on medicated creams. I know it sounds silly, but as we were all standing there in the kitchen talking about how Poppy had gone another night with barely any sleep, she woke up crying about how painful it was, how uncomfortable it was, I thought, why don't we just make something? And she was like, actually, I was thinking of that too. So I was like, you know what? Hold that thought. I'll do it. So I did all the research. I read as much as I could, and then I started going out and seeing, where can I get these ingredients? And at first, I just looked at local stores. A lot of them were actually hair stores that had bulk containers of raw shea butter and organic jojoba oil and things like that. And I made a little formulation and just whipped it up in the kitchen. I say whipped it up, but I watched countless videos, did countless research on exactly what goes into formulation, what goes into actually making the cream, how to preserve it without putting chemicals in it, because I wanted to be all natural. And I did a bit of patch tests on myself, because at the time my skin was less sensitive than hers. So I did a couple patch tests on myself, and then when I was happy with it, I did a small patch test on her. There was no reaction, no irritation. It didn't make it worse. So I said, okay, now we know that there's not a risk of it reacting badly, even though I knew it was all natural product. I didn't want to run before I could walk. I wanted to be very cautious. And so after a couple of months of her using it, my sister also changed her diet a bit to kind of cut out, or not completely cut out, but less dairy products and things like that, a more healthier diet. Even though Poppy already ate quite healthy, we just wanted to give her the best chance, give her skin the best chance to kind of come back from this. And so when I saw how well it was working, obviously I was happy. I was a bit prideful. I will say that I was able to help her. And then it was like, well, if I can help my niece, who else can I help? And so at the time I was studying business management with entrepreneurship. So I sat down and I was like, I'm literally in the best position right now to do as much research on this idea as possible. I have so many tutors that can help. They were all business professionals as well as tutors. So I took advantage of those one-on-ones, and I took advantage again of my university's research library, and I just did so many different research reports. I did focus groups, but it all came to a bit of a halt in my third year of uni. So I kind of put it on the back burner for a while I focus a bit more on applying for jobs. But then I found out about the Princess Trust, which is something we'll get into another time. But I decided to take the plunge and try working with them and getting a mentor. And honestly, it was the best decision I could have made. So I spent the last couple of years doing as much research as possible, from formulation to marketing to product design and how to make my products stand out, to now editing, which I learned in 2023, as well as I'm trying to go into photography and things like that. And all the while I worked and I worked and I worked on my business plan, trying to improve it, continuously improving it. I am a bit of a perfectionist. And finally, as I get closer and closer to getting funding for my launch, I thought now is the best time to start documenting it. Now is the best time to try to get the word out there and get people interested, or just just have fun sharing what I'm doing online. So essentially, this video diary series is to raise awareness for my business, but it also is just to take people along. So after all this waffling, if you are interested, please follow, give this video a like if you want, but mostly please leave a comment down below telling me what you might like to see, any questions you might have. If you are watching this and you're also a solo entrepreneur, either working to build your business or currently managing and trying to build a business empire, please comment below. And a lot of this content will be what I like to see as a viewer, but also like what I think others will like to see as a viewer of me. Anyway, that's it.